Hey guys, my name's Hailey. Welcome back to the Disney Cupcake channel. Today we're going to be cleaning my Funko shelves. Let's get started. Okay, so I make sure to start off kind of early in the morning. I definitely don't get super dressed up for this, as you guys can see. I mainly keep my PJs on, and then I get all of my pops out that currently were not on display. So I'll get like my Up House and other my domes, and I'll go around and I'll dust all of my other Funko Pops that are in different places around my room and not on the highest shelves. Then I'll get the items that I need, which is the paintbrush and the duster. Oh, and I also need a ladder, but I don't think most people need that. Next, I'll get my music ready, especially my Disney Parks playlist. We'll definitely shuffle that and blast it throughout my room. Or I'll load up some Disney Plus and I'll stream it onto my TV. That way we can see it as we are up on the shelves. Now I'm going to do a quick pan of my Funko Pop shelves. Here is how I have them all sorted. I'm definitely going to be changing that today. But I don't really show these in my videos that much, except for my room tours, because it's just so hard to show all of my Funkos to you guys. I have 354 Funko Pop figures, and unfortunately they all do not fit on these shelves anymore, so I'm just going to rearrange them today and see how they can fit. And now, after showing all that, getting everything ready, it is now 11 o'clock, so I'm going to start my timer and get started dusting. So of course I set up my ladder here, I get up on top of it, and I have my little duster in hand, ready to go. One of my favorite views in my room right here is looking down at my desk. I think it looks so cool to be able to see all of the figures there together. So first we're starting off with this miscellaneous type shelf. This is kind of my leftover Disney, Lilo and Stitch, Lion King, ones that didn't really fit on other shelves, and then we're going to move on to Parks, Disney Princesses, Star Wars, and Disney and Pixar. So when dusting my Funko figures, I mainly use my paintbrush, which is a tip I really recommend. That way you can clean them very nicely, it doesn't ruin the paint, and it's just a lot easier to dust them with. And here's just a little POV of what it looks like being one of the Funko Pops. So that is what all 354 of my Funko Pops go through every single time I dust them. I try to dust my room pretty often, especially the Funko shelves. I probably do about 3 times a year, one to the beginning, one towards the end, and one towards the middle, just because it does take a very long time to do this. As you guys can see, just paintbrushing all of them, getting in all of their little cracks and facial features just to make sure they're dusted very nicely. And then I'll take my rag or my dusting wand, and then I'll go over the shelf. I'll make sure to wipe it off really well, just because, again, that's not something I can dust super often. Let me know down below if you guys also have a Funko collection. I would love to hear about it. Like, what's your favorite series or character that you collect? As you guys can see, I do mainly collect Disney, Pixar, and Star Wars, but one of my favorite series is the Disney Park series. I love how they're starting to come out with those. I think they're so amazing, and I'm looking forward to getting more of those. And a lot of you guys are asking me recently if I do collect and save my Funko Pop boxes. Yes, I do actually save them. I keep them in other rooms of my house, stacked up on shelves and in bins. I try to keep them in the best condition as possible for, possibly reselling them in the future, or just to have them if I were to transport them anywhere, or if I would want them to be on display in their box. If you are starting to become a Funko Pop collector, I would highly recommend saving your boxes if you can, because it will raise the value if you ever go to resell them, and they do look cool displayed in their box sometimes as well. Now, another question I get asked a lot is about this little shelf here for my second layer. This is actually just a strip of styrofoam that I put in the back. That way you can see the Funko Pops in the back row. And then once I take all my Pops down after they've been dusted, I sort them all by Disney movie. As you guys can see, I'll lay them all out all over my room in their different categories. That way it's a lot easier to put them back up afterwards, because that is probably the most time consuming part of this entire process. You guys can see a little bit closer just how I kind of dust over them super gently. This is just one of my biggest collector tips, is using a paintbrush. It's one of my favorite things. I also love watching the time lapses of just taking all these Pops down. I think it looks so cool. And of course I have to get dressed at some point, as you guys can see. That way there wasn't like an awkward outfit change. This is all still same day. Now we're going to move on to my Disney Parks shelves. I'm going to be taking these figures out of their box today. I also checked to make sure that the shelves are still hooked up to the wall good, because I don't want an entire shelf falling down. That'd be so scary. So I just like to double check, make sure that they're not leaning at all. Hey guys, wanted to jump in real quick because over 70% of you guys watching this video are currently not subscribed to my channel, so please, right now, head down, hit the subscribe button. Stay tuned for my biggest giveaway ever once I hit 10,000 subscribers. You don't want to miss it. My Disney Plus show ended, so I loaded up the Tim Trekker podcast and started watching some of that. I have a lot of different like Disney shows going on just to listen to as I dust. And now heading on over to the Pixar shelf, I continue just to bring them all down, dust them all, wipe off the shelf over and over again, and then I will further sort them once they are down on the ground or on my desk. There are just Pops laying everywhere at this point, which I'll show you guys here in a moment. And now I thought this would be cool to show. This is just a quick pan of what all of my shelves look like without any Funko Pops on them. It's always such a weird feeling to see them so empty and seeing my room look so empty, because it's normally so busy looking. And then here is that look of all of the figures laying all over my room. Guys, this is why it takes me a whole day, because I can't start it and then pick it up the next day, because they're literally everywhere that I could not function in my room like this. So I just have to choose an entire day to do all of this. But surprisingly, this particular cleaning went a lot faster than some of my past room cleanings, because I actually had someone help me here. You guys will see at the end, I had them all sorted and I was just passing them over to my friend here that I was having help me put them back up on my shelves. Normally when it's just me, it takes a while because I have to go grab them all, go back up on the ladder, and put them all back up on the shelf. So this one happened very, very fast, which was great. But normally, I'm doing this for a solid few hours. So you guys don't really see too much of me putting them back up here on the shelves. And that is because the person I was with did not want to be shown at the time. So I'm just handing them to then get put back up here on the shelves. So I did rearrange some of the pops as I mentioned. We're changing some of the shelf layout, and I decide this mainly just by how many of each set that I have. So now, checking out what we did, here we have my Disney ones. I have a lot of Mickey 90 ones. I wanted to make sure we're on display and out of their boxes. So we have all of the Mickey and Friends. And then we're going to transition here into Pixar because I have a lot of Pixar ones and I have those separated on different shelves. As you guys can see now, transitioning here into the next shelf, we have all of the Toy Story and Monsters Inc. and Incredibles, Inside Out, WALL-E, Good Dinosaur, Coco, Ratatouille, Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, and then we're going to transition into Disney with Lilo and Stitch, Up, and then another transition here into Star Wars. So we have that little Mandalorian section, and then all of my Star Wars figures are sorted by their movie. So going from episode 9, here panning all the way over to Rogue One, and then we transition into more Disney. This is probably my worst transition in my room, just because of the number of figures that I have. And now there you guys can see that this transitions over to Disney princesses. There's also a little mix of some Disney characters there on the left-hand side just because of the transition from the little Star Wars section here. So these are the rest of the Disney princesses. So we have Moana, Frozen. I don't have any Frozen 2 ones just yet. Then we have some Peter Pan, Little Mermaid, Snow White and Seven Dwarfs, Beauty and the Beast. And then here's just another mix of the rest of the Disney, because then that will transition then over here past my pin board, which I'll have that collection video linked down below. And then we have the rest of the Disney, like the Wreck-It Ralph, Zootopia, Lion King, Dumbo, and Disney Parks. So we have Haunted Mansion and Figment there. And then the rest of the Disney Parks is down here below. So we have some of the Guardians of the Galaxy there, the Redhead, the Tiki Room, Splash Mountain, and the Matterhorn. And then the rest of them just fall down here because these are the attraction ones, so they don't fit up on the bigger shelves. And then here we also have the Skyliner one. I moved those Cinderella ones down because of the 70th anniversary coming up. We have the Dapper Dans over here as well. And here below the Dapper Dans, I did just want to mention the next Disney Parks figure that I would love to see from Funko is this one right here. I want one of the ride vehicle ones like this, but it has the little Mickey and Minnie inside from Runaway Railway, or the train with Goofy sticking out the back. I think that would be amazing. Let me know what you guys think about those concepts down below, and if Disney is watching this or Funko, please make those pops. And then this shelf over here, I forgot to mention that I do have more jumbo ones. Not all of my Funko Pops are currently out right now, so I'm saving this spot right here where Ezra is for the larger child. So I'll put that there by the other Mandalorian ones that I have. But here in my closet, I have this one shelf, and this is where I keep all of my other jumbo ones. So you guys can see here we have Scrooge, we have some of the Aladdin movie moments, and then here are just some of my boxes. These are the Disney Park boxes, since I like to display my Funkos in those boxes most often. You guys can see some of the domes here. So that kind of drop down shelf is where I'll switch out a lot of these, just because these are all bigger ones that don't fit on the normal shelves. And then I also have some other Funko Pops down with my Christmas stuff. I have the Christmas Mickey and Minnie and some others. And the reason I do that is mainly because there isn't much shelf space left. So I will have to probably put some of these guys away or find another way to display them. Maybe add another little shelf here, like in between all of the gaps. That way I can fit just a few more up there. There are some that I could sell. If you guys look back to some of my first few room tour videos, I did have like a little Minion section along with some other like Stranger Things ones as well. So those ones have been sold. I no longer have those ones anymore. And I don't really plan on selling any of these Disney ones unless I truly lose a connection with them. But I will continue to collect Funko Pops. So don't worry guys, we're going to find a way and I will definitely share how I do that. I also wanted to add in this video real quick, I got 2 new Vinylmations. This one is California Adventure and Epcot. So I didn't know really what video I'd show those to you guys in, since I just did my room tour and I don't really do Vinylmation collections anymore because I haven't really gotten any new ones. Minus those 2 that I just received. But if you guys do want to see an updated one, or if you are interested in checking out my Vinylmation collection, I'll have that all linked down below, again with all of those collection videos, so you guys can see all of the things in my room, like the room tour, and other Q&A type things. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Funko shelf cleaning video. It took a lot longer than expected, as you guys saw, because I was starting to run out of some space, but we're good. We got everything up and where it needs to be. I'm super happy I was able to clean it and show you guys how I clean my Funko shelves. If you guys have any more questions about my Funko collection, make sure to leave them down below in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer those as soon as possible. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, check out Disney Cupcake merchandise, my Instagram, all of that linked down below. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and remember to do what you love and do what makes you happy, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!